Are you over foundation? If you are, this might be the video for you. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Carmel, and in today's video we are doing a no foundation makeup routine. This video was actually inspired by all of the recent foundation releases. Oh my gosh, why are there so many? And it makes me think about all of those people who either, number one, don't like the feeling of foundation, or number two, they can never find their holy grail. They can never get it right when it comes to foundation. So I thought that I would share a really simple, straightforward, easy and quick no foundation makeup routine. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please do keep on watching. As I mentioned in the intro, this is going to be really simple. We're going to use as minimal amount of products as possible. But we are going to focus on the complexion today. So I've already done my eyebrows. I always do my eyebrows in the same way. So today I've used the Glossier Brow Flick, and I've also used the NYX The Brow Glue Crazy Lift. I've already prepped my skin, and I've already used a moisturizer / SPF. We're going to start by using a primer, and I'm going to show you two different types. So if you have more dry skin like me, I'm going to use more of a hydrating primer. If you have more combo or oily skin, you are going to want to go for more of a mattifying and blurring primer. But I'm actually going to show you two different types of primer and how you can use them. So the first one that I'm going to go in with is this from Vieve. This is the Vieve Super Skin Nova. This, I would say, is a makeup skincare hybrid. This is a moisturizing primer. Now, you can see there that it does have some colour to it. So this is not going to give you any coverage, but it is going to help to even things out. So I'll just show it you on the skin. So I'm just going to pop this all over like I would with a moisturiser, but I'm not going to go under my eyes. I've already moisturised my under eyes. So I'm just going to rub that in, and you'll see that it just kind of, it doesn't give any coverage, but it just leaves my skin looking slightly more evened out, and it gives me a little bit of colour, just a tiny amount, because I'm not going to be using a foundation today, so I'm not going to get that full evening out of the complexion. If I want to use a primer, this is my holy grail. I absolutely adore this. The only thing I don't like about it is the fragrance. It is quite strong. It is quite strong. So if you are sensitive to it, you're not really going to like it. But I find that for my dry skin, it just moisturizes, it hydrates, it definitely helps with the longevity of my makeup too, and it gives me that beautiful glow, which I love. I love radiance, I love glow. The great thing about the Vieve is it is slightly blurring as well, so it will blur this area, because the problem that we've got today is because we're not using a foundation, we are not going to get that blurring quality that a foundation should give us. So we need to kind of get that from our primer. So this Vieve does a really, really nice job of doing that. But if you have more enlarged pores, or if you have more oily skin, my skin isn't oily at all, which is a shame. I would love to have a little bit of oily skin, because that will keep you youthful. I know it's annoying now to have oily skin, but in the future, you're going to see the benefits of it, trust me. I'm going to go in with this, which is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. It is so good. So I'm just going to concentrate this just in this area, and this is, well, it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's so blurring. It's absolutely wonderful. And I'm actually going to bring it slightly out over my textured areas. Now, although primers are not going to completely smooth out your texture, I mean, they are not miracle workers, I use this just over my rosacea, which I have on my cheeks, just to try and help today, because I'm obviously not going to be getting the coverage of a foundation. So obviously you do not need to be using both of these. I just wanted to show you two different options. Honestly, they are fantastic. Okay, we're going to go in with concealer now, and the coverage that we're going to get today is going to come from our concealer. And when I was thinking about doing this video, it was literally a no-brainer which concealer I was going to use. I want to use a concealer that is ultra hydrating, that is going to sink into my skin and is going to be barely visible, and it's going to be this one from Mercier. I love this. I actually have this in 2 shades. So this is a concealer that is, I would say, a light to medium, and it's definitely a serum concealer. So it's infused with skincare, and it is going to literally be pretty invisible on your skin. The only problem is it doesn't give you a high level of coverage, and that's the only drawback with this. So I need to go in with a little bit of a color corrector before I use this. So I'm going to go in with this, which is the Morphe Wakeup Artist Under Eye Correcting Concealer. This is in the shade Peach, and I'm just going to use a little bit of this to color correct. So that's the shade Peach, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of this under my eyes. This is so fantastic. Honestly, I think this is one of the best colour correctors I've ever used. And all I'm going to do is just blend that out with my finger. Obviously, you can use a brush if you don't like to use your finger. This just literally sinks into the skin. It's absolutely gorgeous. What I don't want to do is use a solid medium or a full coverage concealer, because it is going to be really visible on your face. And the whole point today is that we're going for lightweight makeup, which is going to be pretty undetectable. I have 2 shades of the Laura Mercier concealer. This is called the Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Concealer. So I have a warmer shade, which is 2W1. And then I have over here 3N1, which is a neutral shade, which is a little bit more suited to my skin tone. So I'm going to go in under my eyes first, and literally you can use quite a lot of this and it won't matter because it's so serum-like and so skin-like. This is 3N1 that I'm going in with. So I'm going to let that sit under my eyes, but now I'm going to go around my face and I'm going to give myself a little bit of coverage. Now I'm not using this as a foundation because it kind of defeats the object. I'm just going to use it in key areas on my face. So just around here, a little bit on my nose, around here, over my problematic areas, which is here. And obviously I have hyperpigmentation. And again, I know people might be saying, well, what's the point in going in with concealer all over your face? You may as well go in with foundation. They're completely different. A traditional foundation is going to give you coverage. It's going to blur. It's going to give you a lot more than what a concealer is. And this is such a super lightweight concealer, you cannot feel it. So I'm going to go around my face now and I'm just going to blend out all of this with my BK Beauty 101 brush. And this is not going to give you a whole lot of coverage at all, but it's just going to give you something in those areas that are a little bit more problematic. Oh, problematic's probably the wrong word, but places where you kind of just need a little something, but not a full foundation. I'm letting my under eyes just sit for a little minute, because if you let it sit for a little minute, it will give you just a little bit of extra coverage. I'm then going to take my BK Beauty A506 and then I'm going to blend out just under my eyes. We've covered all the main areas. I mean, you can still see, obviously, my skin and some of my texture there. Both primers have really helped to minimize all those issues. So we're going to go in on the face now with some bronzer just to kind of bring some life back to the face. So there are 2 bronzers that I absolutely swear by. One is high-end, one is drugstore. So it's the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer and it's the Maybelline Lifter Stix. I'm just going to show you both of these so that you can see what they're like. Now, they're not the same shade. The Makeup by Mario is a lot more undetectable on the skin. It's a lot more natural. So it feels really serumy. So it might not be the best for people with oilier skin. This is in the shade light to medium, but it literally does what it says it's going to, and it just enhances your skin. It's barely visible. Can you see? It's just barely visible there, but it's quite luminous. And then I've got the Maybelline Lifter Stix. Now I've got quite a lot of shades now of this, but this is the shade 65, which I prefer to use as a bronzer. So that's 65. So I tell you what, I'll show you the skin enhancer on this side and I'll show you the lifter sticks on this side. Okay, so I'm just going to take my BK Beauty A507 and I'm just going to swirl into the Makeup by Mario. And I'll show it you on here. See how that just becomes skin? It's such a gorgeous product, this, I can't even tell you. It's so undetectable, it's perfect. Now the Maybelline Lifter Sticks is going to give you a little bit more pigment, a little bit more coverage. So the best way to do this is to just pop some on the back of your hand, and it's very creamy, but we're going to get more of a natural application if we pop it onto our hand and then we pick it up with the brush. So I've just wiped off the same brush and I'm just going to dip into my hand, just work it into the brush a bit, and then go in. Like that. You're going to get more of a higher coverage if you go straight in on your face with the actual product. You see that's a lot more natural looking when we pick it up on our hand. I'll just put some Maybelline up here. And we'll go in with some Mario over here. So on this side we have the Maybelline and then on this side we have the Mario. I love them both. I honestly think they are both phenomenal products. If you want to go a little bit more natural, I'd say go for the Mario. So next we're going to go in with some blush, and again we are keeping it really, really natural looking, and this is the perfect blush for that. This is the NYX Fat Cheeks Juicy Plump Blush, and this is in the shade Fig Fizz. Love this. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, the thing is with this, is it's not going to give you a ton of coverage, ton of pigment. So obviously it is a liquid blush. You can really customize the level of coverage that you have. So even looking at it on my hand there, you can see how really super sheer this is. It will just look really silly if we go in with a ton of blush or a ton of bronzer when we've got no foundation on. So I'm popping it on my hand and picking it up with my BK Beauty 109. And just pressing it in. It's so hydrating. Oh my gosh. So that's how the skin is looking so far, and everything is so super natural. So we're going to move on to the eyes now, and we're keeping all the products that we're using down to a minimum. So I'm going to go back in with my Maybelline Lifter Sticks, and I'm actually going to use this on my eyes as a cream eyeshadow. Before I do, I just want to lighten up my eyelid a little bit. So I'm going back in with my concealer. The only negative about these concealers is this. Look at it. Why are so many concealers like this? They leak everywhere. All of my favourite ones do, actually. It's so annoying. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of concealer on my eyelids, just near the front there. I'm just going to use my concealer brush from before, just to quickly blend that out. Just keeping the lid nice and light. Then I'm going to take my Maybelline Lifter Stick and I'm going to use my Refa 33 for this. I love this brush. I actually don't use it enough. See, it's just a flat brush and it's just perfect for eyeshadow. So all I'm going to do is just pick up some of the product on the brush and I'm just going to kind of blend it up a little bit. I do this on days where I just don't want to think about my eyes and I just want to cut down on the amount of products that I'm using, and I love using creams on my eyelids. They're my favourites. Now, I don't have oily eyelids, so I don't feel like I need to prep my eyelids. Obviously, this is not going to be a dramatic eye look. It's going to be really, really subtle, but it just gives a little bit of colour. Obviously, you can leave your eyelids bare if you don't like wearing foundation, you don't like wearing eyeshadow. Don't bother. You can always bring some of that under the lash line as well. This is my 210 BK Beauty. For mascara, I'm going in with a mascara that is really new to me, but I am really enjoying it. And it's from Colourpop. Now, I know some people are waiting for my Colourpop review. I recently put in my very first order because we don't have Colourpop over this side of the world. Now, I placed 2 orders because I placed an order and then I realised I'd forgot a load of stuff. So I placed another order and one of my orders has been kept in customs for the past week. And I don't know why they're not giving it to me. But anyway, in my first order was this mascara. So this is the Colourpop Volumizing Mascara. I love this because it's not too dramatic, but it just gives you really nice, natural, fluttery looking lashes, which is the kind of look that I'd want to go for with this makeup. So I'll just show you the brush. When I first opened it, I didn't think I would like it because I don't really like big brushes like this, but actually it's really nice and the result is worth it. And so all I do is I tend to just coat the tips of the lashes first. And this is good because it doesn't dry down too fast either. And then once I've coated the tips of the lashes, I then go in at the base. So this is beautifully volumizing. I really enjoy this. I like how it's volumizing. It does give length, but it doesn't feel heavy and it's not clumpy at all. I really, really, really like this mascara. And obviously it goes without saying that I don't get any issues with this mascara during the day. I feel like it's important to say that, again, I don't have oily eyelids, so I don't tend to have a problem with mascaras running on my eyes. But that's just something to bear in mind when it comes to mascara recommendations. They're very, very personal. So today I'm only going to set my under eyes with powder. I'm not going to touch the rest of my face because I want to keep my skin looking really natural. And at the moment it looks really undetectable with makeup and I want to keep it that way. So I only want to go in under my eyes. Now, the reason I go in under my eyes is because I have very dark under eyes, which, you know, you can still see that darkness peeking through with the Laura Mercier. So going in with a powder is going to set that concealer in place, but it's also going to give me a little bit of coverage as well. So I'm going to go in with this, which is the Wet n Wild loose powder in the shade Soft Pink. I'm just taking an old Morphe brush for this. Don't ask me what it's called because I don't know. Okay, the name left me a long time ago. So all I'm going to do is just pop that under. And this shade, this Soft Pink, is also going to brighten. See how much that's improved there. If you want to look over your face and have a look if there's any parts of your face that you think need a little bit of extra coverage, you can go in with something like this, which is the Eldridge Concealer Pencil. I like to go in with this if I've got really pinpoint issues that I need to cover. So on my nose here, I have broken capillaries, so I'll just go in over those. So you just scribble over the top with this. You can do this with any concealer. This is just very convenient, and I just blend it out with my finger. So before I go in with lipstick, I'm going to go in with the setting spray. Now this is brand new to me. This is another one from Colourpop. I've only used this twice, but I've been so impressed with it. This is the Pretty Fresh Lock It In Setting Spray. Because we've used really serum-y complexion products today, serum-y complexion products are going to fade a lot faster than full coverage matte products. So we are going to lock it in place. Now I tested this out during the week and it's really good. Oh my gosh, it's really good. So all I'm going to do is give it a good shake, and then it has such a nice mist as well. So this claims to lock your makeup in place for 16 hours. And I couldn't believe how good this made my skin look. I tested this makeup out the other day, this exact makeup, and it so helped with the longevity of it. It was so good. Right, let's take these out. On the lips, I'm going to go in with one product, no lip liner. I'm going in with my MAC Lipglass. This is a lip oil gloss. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this so much. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is in the shade Casual. It's actually perfect for fall. If I could afford every shade of this lip gloss, I would get it. It's the most non-sticky, comfortable lip oil gloss I've ever used. And I'm not the biggest fan of them, but oh my gosh, I love this. Oh, I love it. And so that's it, my no foundation makeup look. really skin-like hydrating products that become invisible on your skin, keeping it as natural as possible, using as minimal amount of products as possible, and just trying to keep things natural. That's the aim when we're going for no foundation. Let me know, what does your no foundation makeup routine consist of? Let us know all of your tips and tricks down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I so appreciate you being here with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But until then, take care and bye for now.